Because either you end up with a black eye or a worse injury.
Well, you've observed this from talking to them, because we would never hit anybody. What
I'm saying to you is, through 30 years of policing experience, through 30 years of being local police around here, I can tell you that situations like this end up going wrong, right? We've got offences today, yeah? People are telling us on the other side that they've been referred to as lesbians, they've been referred to in a negative way, they've been referred to... They've been referred to as a number of different things. Offences for which we could quite reasonably arrest people. We're not going to, because we're trying to mediate, we're trying to be reasonable on both sides. They're telling us that parking's been going on for quite some considerable time, a number of weeks up outside the house, and there's been some conversation about it. What's that for? Yeah. So we've got a situation where it would be better if you found somewhere else to park.
Right, well, there ain't always somewhere else to park.
No, that's the only reason that I park there.
She'd park at back door if she got a chance.
Yeah. There's another road opposite, up that road, where there's plenty of room to park. Right, so if there's room up there, park up there. If there's room up this road, park up there. If there's no room anywhere else, park out front of their house. And when the confrontation happens,
you know it's coming.
We will come and deal with it.
Whether you're the victim
or
they're the victim, or you said something you shouldn't have done and been recorded, or whether they've put cameras in, or whether you put cameras in, because you're in the privileged position at the moment. I mean, these two chaps that were obviously intent on violence have been up and down the street banging on the windows. Had they found somebody that wasn't very apologetic and, you know, backing down quite a bit, there would have been a put up or shut up. And somebody would have hit somebody, I can assure you of that. Because as a man, if your pride is pushed, you either put up or shut up, which is being offered. Now, if you had two guys outside saying that to you...
threatening you just for where
the situation is...
Why would you have somebody threatening? If it was me,
because I would
park anywhere else so that I wouldn't have to have a confrontation, so that I wouldn't have to phone mum, brother, boyfriend, whoever it is, to come and help me, because I've now got myself into this situation where...
I didn't get myself into it, I just innocently parked somewhere.
Okay, so if you know where the next driveway is,
yeah.
If you'd have parked above the next, do you think she would have come out to you?
The old man that lives there, he said...
He has trouble coming out to his drive if there's a car.
Is that going to be a confrontation? If you park illegally, you don't mind parking outside their house...
If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. If Nelson Mandela didn't stand up and go to prison for a long time, we'd still be racist now. No, I'm prepared to do... She approached me before, quite rudely, but I didn't get aggressive with her.
Her life?
No.
No, this is
Did somebody shout, you better have a lot of money for a coffin?
No, I said you better have a lot of money, otherwise you're going to be laughing if there's damage to my car, because that's what she threatened. She said if there's damage, she's going to damage the car.
The situation is that we've got offences on both sides that we don't particularly want to be dealing with. We want everybody to behave like grown-ups. Yeah, we want everybody to get some perspective back and say, this is about where I parked my car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, if you park there again, you know what to expect, don't you? There's going to be another confrontation, and if I have to come out to it again, then I can assure you, as I've just assured them across the road, next time any offences that are alleged, people will be arrested for. So if they make an allegation of a hate offence, where they've been referred to negatively as lesbians, people will be arrested. If you say they've threatened to smash your property up, they'll be arrested. And then we'll all go down to custody and we'll sort it out. And people will end up charged to court. I'm sure that is not what anybody in this room needs.
Well, you've got a law degree you can represent us.
It certainly doesn't.
Why do you want to go that far?
It's just principle.
Okay,
like,
well,
we've never been rude to them in any way until today when she's pushed it too far.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that if you're standing on your principles, you're standing there saying that you're an intelligent person, you need to rise above the situation that is happening. You need to rise above it.
I do usually rise. I ignore her. I say, you ignore her, and I walk off. The only time I came out today is because she was basically nearly crying down for us.
Everyone's on a mobile phone. Yeah. Everybody's videoing everything now. Everybody's recording everything now. And these things are very difficult to get out of. It's very easy when you're outside in a heated situation to say something that you don't mean. And then the next thing is it's being played to some magistrates. And then you're being found guilty of an offence. Does anybody really need that? Do you need that in your lives? Of a parking. This is not something that, you know, you're not talking about Nelson Mandela going to prison. This is not a party.
But it's still relevant. I'm on about standing for principles. It's a broad topic.
This is your principles over your right to park outside somebody's house. If you want to do that, that's fine.
And we'll come and pick up the pieces.
We'll come and pick up the pieces. But you have to understand.
There'll be no patience from our side left next time.
We won't try and mediate it.
What about her running? Right, I pulled up and she was running out to my car. My doors was locked. She's ragging it, trying to get it open, banging on my window. She was going to get me.
Yeah, if that was a male, Leanne, it'd be a different situation.
The thing is,
if it was a male that did that, ran up to the car.
Not at all. The situation is we've got offences alleged from both sides. We've got allegations from both sides.
But this has all kicked off because that's what she did to her.
You have to understand that we weren't there. So the only evidence that we will gather will be from everybody who was there. Yeah, so an allegation is sufficient to get somebody arrested. So that's the route we can go down if everybody wants to. We'd rather not, to be perfectly honest. We've got enough on to deal than to deal with a situation where you're falling out of a parking. We've got plenty on. But if people aren't willing to be reasonable and listen, then we're going to have to deal with it.
Now, this is the first time we've been across. We've tried to sort of say, if you want to avoid these confrontations, which I would want to, if I lived in my street, I wouldn't want to argue. I would park carefully outside the old chap's house. I park down the road. Now, if we come back and we've offered advice, it's not been listened to, then our patience will have evaporated. And if you've said something to her or she said something to you, then we'll be interviewing you and we'll be interviewing her. And we'll
so is she allowed to send people round trying to look
Nobody's
for where they're living?
Nobody's allowed to do the vast majority of what's happened during this incident.
What we've done is we've managed, we think, to talk to them to say the line needs to be drawn today and it needs to be over and finished. And they've said we'd love it to be over. I'd love it to
be over. As long as they don't park here.
We don't want any confrontation. Now they won't send anybody down here. Now I'm happy when I leave here that I think they will play by what they've promised. All I wanted from here was a little bit of give and take as well. Now to say that they're wrong, we're going to rise above it. If we need to park outside their house, so be it. If they react badly and commit offences, we will deal with them for it. We're not saying you can't park there, we're just saying a simple solution would be consider whether you want to park there. Whether 10 more steps would solve you next time these guys knowing where you live. I will be here as quick as I can to protect you from the people that are trying to do whatever they're going to do. But the easiest way is to prevent something from happening.
Well, I think we all understand that, but you can't always park anywhere else.
No.
You know, I've lived here 30 years, and I know where you can park. We've got 3 vehicles between us. We're lucky that we've got the front and the side, but you can't always park there.
I appreciate what we're saying. It's a friendly advice, that's all it is. We're not saying you can't park there, but we're trying to say
we haven't got
all
power.
live peacefully if you know, we don't try and...
We're trying to avoid further problems. That's what we're trying to do.
It'll be a big problem. There would have been one today had they known where you lived, and we would have turned up and
it seems as though that's all right then.
No, because people would have been arrested.
We've not said that's all right. What we've said is
treated for their injuries that I'm sure they would have had.
That's it. We'd have locked these 2 lads up. If they'd have gone into the house and somebody had been assaulted.
Oh, so we're about to get that part there.
Listen, right.
They were going down the backs of everybody's houses.
There are offences on both sides, as I've explained to you.
What do you mean by that?
They have accused people from this address of going up there and committing offences of public order and hate crime.
Well, it's assault and it's trespassing. This is private land.
Trespassing is a civil offence, and how are they assaulted?
Well, it's civil and criminal then.
Who have they assaulted?
Assault, threatening someone's assault, threatening to get into someone's car, banging the windows assault.
I studied law, I know that.
The situation is that, as I've said to you, if you want to make allegations against them and you want to follow through and have them arrested, they will follow through, and I can guarantee that at some stage people from this address will also be arrested. You don't need that in your lives. It's of a party.
She said that I've gone onto her property and smashed the bottles or something.
Yes, I know. And we've pointed out to her that we can't prove that, so that's the end of that. Right. We're going to leave. I hope this is the last time that we meet. I hope this is the last time you have any sort of contact with the police over this matter. If you do have further problems, then, as my colleague's already said to you, we're going to have to come out and deal with it because, you know, it's only a matter of time before somebody gets hurt, and we don't want that, you know.
But you shouldn't have to live scared.
No. Neither side should have to do that.
Scared.
You don't need to be scared. We're here to protect you and keep the peace. Is why we are here. We will come every time.
The root of this problem then is parking outside their house. That's how the confrontation started. So if that doesn't happen, then there'll be no further
when a
problems.
lady's running at your car trying to get you scared.
If you're scared, then you'll do your best not to park outside her address.